Hi folks, this is Dave from Dave's Hikes, New Mexico. I'm out here at Heron Lake, northern New Mexico. This is a beautiful lake. I used to come here a long time ago when it had way more water than what it is now, but it's still a beautiful lake. A lot of wildlife up here, a lot of elk and deer, coyotes, and bears, because this is an old mountain area. It was very cool this morning. I'm out here camped on site number 68. I've been here before on this site and I really like it. It gives me a view of the lake a little bit. I'm on the upstream from the lake, and then the main water where the dam is at is way a little bit further down. There used to be way more water here, and then there's a canyon right there, and you go up on that canyon, and then the marina used to be over there about maybe 3 to 4 miles upstream. So the lake was all the way back over there, and they used to have a lot of sailboats out here, and it was beautiful lake with the sailboats. It's a no wake lake. You cannot make waves out here with any of the boats. What I see out here is just small fishing boats. At the beginning, I did come out here, back in the 80s. I had a small 12-foot aluminum boat with a 5 horsepower outboard engine, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to come out here and fish and camp. And at that time, I was fishing mainly. I only came out to go fishing. Now, over time, things have changed. Now I don't come fishing. I just go camping and hiking in the area. So things change. The biggest problem is that I don't like to wash anything out here. I don't bring a lot of water. Just bring the amount of water that I need. Yeah, I used to come and fish, and then later on, I don't know, back, well, mid 80s or something, I bought a bigger boat with an inboard outboard motor on it. It was a Volvo. I hate Volvo engines. That thing gave me so much trouble. It was a used boat, but it was, I think it was called a Silver Line, and it was with that Volvo engine. I was a lot of times I was out here rowing because the engine stopped working. So then later on in 1992, I think, I bought me a brand new boat, which was a 22-footer ski boat, also with a inboard outboard engine, and that was way up, but way more strength. I could pull 2 skiers, and I could carry 8 people in the boat and still go skiing. So it was really nice. Not for this lake. I used that boat mainly down at the Elephant Butte. Elephant Butte is another one of the biggest lakes in New Mexico, and then further north, well, to the west from here, is Navajo Lake, which is also huge. And so I like to come out and just do videos. And before, I used to do a lot of pictures. I would just take pictures, not any videos. And I'm doing videos now because of the YouTube channel to share with you guys. So if you like this kind of content, do subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, comment if you like, and that will encourage me to continue to come out here and continue to share the beauty of New Mexico and on the Southwest. I also go to Arizona at times. I also go to Utah and Colorado. Those are the 4 states that I mostly travel. I have traveled all over the United States. The only place I've not gone to is Washington, D.C. It doesn't appeal to me in that area. It seems to be too crowded. But I've been to New York, I've been to Chicago, I've been to all of these other places, to Wyoming. I've gone hiking there, and over to Mount Rushmore and all of those national parks. I think I've covered most of the national parks in the past, but I still have a few that are Hawaii. I've never gone to Hawaii, uh, but so I've gone through many places in the United States. But my preference and where I feel kind of safe and like I'm home is on the four states: Colorado, New Mexico, and Arizona, and Utah. Those are the places I spend the most time on. Uh, Lately, I'm hanging on to New Mexico more, especially with the YouTube channel. I'm trying to go back to all of the places I've been to in New Mexico and do videos. I've never done videos of them, and so that's what I'm doing and kind of sharing with you guys where you can stay. Right here, I'm on space number 68. This is very nice. I've stayed here before, and this is a very nice site. It's very level, and so and I like the setup, the homey stuff here. It feels like home. It's a fireplace right here and the table right there. I did get closer to the fireplace and the table this time because there's no fires allowed out here. So usually if I'm gonna do a bonfire, I'll move the car like close further away from the fire just in case. I like safety out here and be cautious of things that could happen. So I do look at the safety aspects of everything I do. Whether if there's a lot of wind, I will not do a fireplace no matter what. I would not start a bonfire if there's a lot of wind out here uh, at any times, even if it's wet. Uh, it's better to be safe than sorry. A lot of these spaces are really nice. 69 is also very level. The fire pit is right here, and the tables are over there. Some of these sites are a little bit unlevel. This area here, you kind of need a kind of a high clearance vehicle, and they don't allow more than 24 feet long vehicles out here. So this is mostly for small cars, camping vans, and people come out here with tents and cars. Some of the turns around here are really tight, and if you come with an RV, it would be very hard to park in some of these areas because there's a lot of inclines out here, and so and sharp curves. But this is what I like. The rougher the area looks, the better I feel. And then the other thing is that I like to stay away from the giant RVs with their giant generators running 24/7. So I avoid that. So to me, this is the ideal place. In the past, I wanted to buy an RV. That was when I was making money. Now I'm retired. So I saw that the biggest vehicle I had was the overhead camper and a truck. And even with that, it was also cumbersome and everything. You couldn't really get back into places because it was either too tall or too wide or it was too heavy to go on a truck and take it to the back country. And I prefer the back country. I decided later on that an RV is just it's just a waste for me anyway. I'm single. I don't need a lot of stuff out here. And the other thing with the RVs is that then you have to go to design places, places that will take the RV that you can do. Has to be a flat area, and that's not for me. I prefer the rough areas, the places that a lot of people don't go to. That's what I prefer. So I chose a long time ago that an RV was not an option. And the other thing is that I feel if you have an RV, you gotta have a partner, uh, really, because sometimes you need help to back up, or even with cameras, you still need help to back up those giant RVs. And then the other thing is that they break and they're very expensive to fix. And out here, you need to have something that is easier to manage. And so that's why I chose this kind of a lifestyle. I do this in camping, and it's not really because I need to do that like some other people actually live out here and they live in their vehicles. That's not me. I have my house, and that's where I prefer to be. But for resting and working, I do work online still. Not because I have to, but because I think it's good to stay active and keep the mind working. I'll be out here usually anywhere from 3 to 6 days to 7 days, and then I go back home. So my idea coming out here is just to relax, enjoy the nature, and away from people. I probably will be doing more campgrounds in New Mexico, but just going to the campgrounds that are a little bit off from away from people. And I do like people, but I like to stay quiet out here. So here's one side, and then there's other one here. This one is it's not that good. I would not park here if I had to. Yeah, if I have to, I will, but it's not level completely. So if you're on a camper van or a car and you want to sleep on it, I do prefer something a little bit more level. So something like this, maybe just a tent right there. So there's sites here that are not really to my liking. I like the flat ones. This one is a good one. This trip I came into this area 3 years ago. I think I was here, and then last year I came to another area. The thing that I found out here is that when you come in, they still have a sign there that you can self-pay, and they have the little envelopes to pay cash. And so I did that. But then when I drove in, I saw that everything is reservation site. So I said, well, maybe that's the way to do it. And I put in my little paper stub there that I paid for 2 nights. And then I got to talk to the camp host, and he told me that they don't even check that self-pay anymore. Everything is online. And so I went ahead and said, wow, so I don't have cell phone signal out here. I cannot get into the website. And he told me that he was going to report it, that he was going to tell the ranger that I had paid cash. And then he supposedly called the ranger and told him to remove number 68 from their computers. I hope it's been done. And so now I'm kind of not sure if 68 is still open in the internet or not. But this is Tuesday and Wednesday, so most people don't come out here during the week. And right now I'm the only. There's another person up the hill, another campsite that's taken, and then me over here. So there's only two people here. And what's nice about this now is that throughout this whole area, there's about 200 or so campsites. The host gave me a little flyer of all the numbers. And so it's nice because then you just choose the number from the website, apparently, and you pay and reserve that number. The only thing that I don't like about doing online pay is that I like to see where I'm gonna stay and who my neighbors are, because if they're very noisy and they have a few dogs and children and all that, then I really don't want to stay there. So that's another reason why I keep coming out during the week, because normally during the week you're not going to run into that. Most of the people out here are retired and they're out here during the week. So I decide then if I stay longer or if I just come and I may stay a day or 2 days or whatever, and I don't have to be back to Albuquerque anytime soon. So that's it, folks. Subscribe to my channel if you like, and follow me if you like, and comment if you want.